For decades, we were told Middle East wars were all about this. We were wrong. The next war will be fought about this, and the first shots are already being fired. The battle lines are already being drawn on a shocking new battlefield, where climate change and collapsing governments are pushing rivals toward a catastrophic new kind of war. For most of the last century, everyone assumed the Middle East's destiny was tied to its oil reserves. Global powers drew maps, propped up regimes, and fought wars, all to keep the energy flowing. Anytime tensions flared, we saw it through the lens of oil, but that's not the whole story anymore. So what changed? The global energy market got more resilient. New tech and shifting alliances mean that the chokehold once held by a few oil-rich states has loosened. And while energy is still a big deal, it's no longer the only fuse waiting to be lit. The real catalyst for the next regional war is something far more basic, and frankly, far more terrifying. The new battlefield is being shaped by two forces crashing into each other: historic water scarcity and the spectacular failure of governments to deal with it. The United Nations recently warned that the world is entering an era of water bankruptcy. This is when a place has spent beyond its hydrological means for so long that it can't recover. And nowhere is this more acute than in the Middle East. This isn't just an environmental problem. It's a full-blown political, economic, and security crisis. The region's great rivers, the Nile, the Tigris, and the Euphrates, are the lifeblood for millions, but they're being stretched to their absolute breaking point. As climate change brings more drought and desertification, a dangerous mix of desperation and nationalism is taking over. When you combine that with countries already hollowed out by corruption and war, you've got a perfect storm. Just look at Yemen. It's one of the most water-scarce countries on Earth, and some experts have warned it could be the first modern nation to literally run out of usable water. For years, a brutal civil war has shattered its infrastructure. Over 17 million people, nearly 60% of the population, don't have access to safe drinking water, leading to horrific cholera outbreaks. This isn't just a humanitarian tragedy, it's a strategic nightmare. The war has created a power vacuum where armed groups now control the water. This weakness is exploited by regional rivals like Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. While they are technically allies in the anti-Houthi coalition, their ambitions in Yemen are clashing. The UAE has been backing southern secessionist groups, which undermines Saudi efforts to keep Yemen unified. This has created a tense proxy struggle where control over scarce resources, especially water and strategic ports, has become a weapon of war. And it's not just happening in Yemen. The entire Red Sea, a vital artery for about 12 or 15% of global trade, has become a geopolitical flashpoint. Houthi attacks on commercial ships have shown just how fragile this choke point is, forcing international navies to patrol its waters. But the threat here is bigger than just drones and missiles. Instability in fragile states all along the Red Sea coast is creating new openings for foreign powers. The civil war in Sudan is being fueled by external actors, including the UAE and Saudi Arabia, who are backing opposing sides in a bid for regional dominance. In Iraq and Syria, decades of conflict and corruption have destroyed the government's ability to manage its own resources. Upstream dams in Turkey and Iran are choking off the water flow, and the weak central governments in Baghdad and Damascus can't do much about it. This internal decay creates a vacuum for extremists and invites manipulation by neighbors, turning a domestic crisis into an international showdown. When you connect these dots, a terrifying picture emerges. The internal pressure of water scarcity is causing states to crumble from within. That failure creates a power vacuum, which is then filled by competing regional powers who have very different ideas for the future of the Middle East. The fight is no longer just for oil fields, but for strategic ports, fertile river valleys, and control over the very sources of life. As the deserts keep expanding and the rivers keep shrinking, the struggle for water will redefine power in the region. The question is no longer if a major water-driven conflict will happen, but what it will look like when it finally does. To understand how future conflicts will be decided not just by scarce resources, but by algorithms, autonomy, and invisible battlefields, watch our next video up here on the screen, The Secret Weapon of Fighting Wars in the Future. Thanks for watching.